So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Tapan Mishra, go home, chant the holy name and worship Lord with complete attention. Sadhya sadhana tattvaye kichu sakala harinama sankirtane milibe sakala. So 143rd verse, 14th chapter, Adi Lila, Chaitanya Bhagavata. Here, Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Sadhya sadhana tattva. Sadhya is the goal. Sadhana is the means. Ye kichu sakala. So by chanting the holy name, one can attain the goal of life. And also by congregational chanting, Harinama Sankirtane Mileba Sakala. Now just see, by congregational chanting, one attains sadhya also, sadhana also. Sadhana is commitment towards Harinam. Congregational chanting is like when you have a program, everybody together is chanting. So because of sadhu sangha, because of the association of devotees, one gets committed to the process, and that is known as sadhana. One wakes up early in the morning, chants the holy name, does the deity worship, performs different sevas for Krishna. So this is sadhana. And then what is sadhya? The goal of life, attaining Krishna prema. So both are attained by the congregational chanting of the holy name. Love of Krishna is the sadhya. Congregational chanting of Krishna is the means. Any questions that may arise in this regard can be resolved only by the chanting of the holy name. The uselessness of the insignificant desires of the sense enjoyers, fruitive workers, mental speculators is easily realized by persons who are under the shelter of the holy name through the process of Sankirtan. So Sankirtan process is very, very important. Sankirtana. San means Sat. Sat Kirtana, in the association of devotees chanting the holy name. Harirnam, Harirnam, Harirnamaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Gatir Anyatha. So in this age of quarrel, hypocrisy, when you say Kalau means the age of quarrel, Kali, age of quarrel, hypocrisy. In this age, the only means of deliverance, what it is, Kalau Nasteva, 3 times it is given. There is no other way. Anyatha, there is no other way except for Harirnam. Whenever 3 times has been shown, given, 3 times means emphasizing on the particular subject. So this time we also chose Lagu Bhagavad Katha for 3 days. First day, people observe. Second day, people contemplate on it. And third day, people follow. So this is very important. First day, people observe where I have come. Second day, people try to contemplate on the subject. And third day, people follow. So this is in this way, 3 emphasizes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So here, Vrindavan Das Thakur says, this is the only Harinam. Harinam is the only way by which a person is delivered. Yayi shloka nama bali laya mahamantra shola nama patrisha akshara yayi tantra. So this verse is called Mahamantra. Why Maha? Because all the mantras are there in Mahamantra. When we say mantra, what is the meaning of mantra? Mantrayatehe mantra. The syllables which remove all our trayate means which removes all our miseries, all our kleshas. That is mantra. So there are so many mantras, but all the mantras are included in Mahamantra. It contains 16 holy names of Lord, composed of 32 syllables. Krishna, 2 syllables. Rama, 2 syllables. Rama. So in this way, 2 syllables. Hare. So total 16 words, 32 syllables. These 16 holy names composed of 32 syllables in the form of an address are called Mahamantra. According to the process of Pancharatra, this Mahamantra should be chanted both in japa and in loud kirtan. So kirtan also should be Mahamantra kirtan. There should not be any other kirtan. Mahamantra kirtan. This is known as Sankirtan. Sometimes we concoct our own things and make one kirtan. It's not okay. In between, you can just sneak it. But for this Kali Yuga, it is actually Mahamantra which has to be chanted. And that you can chant even in the congregational chanting also. It is very wonderful. And just by hearing Mahamantra, one is purified. For one who chants a Mahamantra in loud kirtan, the seed of love of God sprouts within his heart by the influence of that loud kirtan and by the progressive mercy of the holy name. Holy name has so much of power that person soon becomes expert in the science of the goal of life and the process of attaining it. But if one's chanting is either mixed with concocted overlapping melodies or simply for the purpose of musical entertainment, or if one thinks the holy name should only be chanted in japa and one thus becomes averse to loud kirtan, then he is surely producing offenses rather than love of God. So this kirtan mela happens. In that, there is only a musical entertainment. There is nothing else. Harinam is not heard at all. Just music is so loud. Whenever Harinam is done, Harinam should be heard. Every syllable should be heard. Some overlapping of some songs. That all is not needed. Just Hare Krishna Mahamantra in a simple tune. We don't have to introduce some film music and that music and just make a hangam out of it. So instead of producing love of God, what is happening? The whole atmosphere is corrupted. So very important. It's not that Harinam is pure. Anyway, you chant. Bhagavatam is pure. But the consciousness behind speaking Bhagavatam is more important. There are people who are just into sense gratification. They also speak Bhagavatam. So in that, Caitanya Mahaprabhu says, that is like milk is very pure. The milk is touched by the serpent, and the milk is now the poison. It's just touched. The serpent went above that milk. Will you call that milk now? It is a poison. In the same way, the consciousness behind Harinam is not pure, that Harinam will not have any effect. Many of the senior devotees have raised a complaint over such type of Kirtan Mela, where the girls and boys are freely mixing, dancing, and just loud entertainment is going on. Harinam is not heard also properly. So we have to be very, very careful, because here it is said it only produces offenses rather than love of God. The signs of the goal of life and the means for attaining it never manifest in the hearts of those who are determined to commit such offenses. Such offensive rebels against the spiritual masters are tightly bound by the chains of Maya. They continue to be envious of the pure devotees, and instead of attaining auspiciousness, they go to hell forever. So 10 nama paradhas have to be avoided. It starts with satam nindanam nah paramaparadham vidanute. Never criticize anyone. Don't disregard any Vaishnavas. Don't consider holy name to be ordinary. Don't consider Devi Devatas to be separate from Krishna. At the same time, don't equalize them with Lord. Never disregard the instructions given by a spiritual master. Never think the Shastras are just mundane. They are just imaginary. So in this way, there are 10 nama paradhas on the strength of holy name. Don't commit sinful activity. Don't consider nama aparadha to be nam, chanting of the holy name, to be another karmakand. Don't give Harinam to ashraddhalu, faithless people. We may have good intention, but the faithless people, they only do aparadhas, and we provoke them to do that. Like you give milk to the snake's enviousness and poison only increases. So never give Harinam to the people who are envious, who have no faith, faithless people. Then even though giving Hari name, even though chanting the holy name, one doesn't have full faith in it. One doesn't chant attentively. So all these things are very important. If we don't take care, then we can never attain the goal of life. The science of the goal of life and means of attaining it never manifests in the hearts of those who are determined to commit offenses. Just offensive rebels against the spiritual master are tightly bound by the chains of Maya. They continue to be envious of your devotees, and instead of attaining auspiciousness, they go to hell forever. Sadite sadite yabe premankara habe sadhya sadhana tattva janibe se tabe. It said if you continually chant this Mahamantra, the seed of love of God will sprout in your heart. The seed of love of God will sprout. Thus you will understand the goal of life and the process of attaining it just by chanting the holy name. The seed of chanting is put. Then that seed manifests into the seed of love of God, which sprouts and attempts to reach the lotus feet of Krishna. Prabhura Shri Mukhe Shiksha Shuni Vipravara Punha Punha Pranama Karaye Bahutara. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing Tapan Mishra, and after getting the instructions, Prabhura Shri Mukhe Shuni Mukhi. So from hearing the instructions from the lotus mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Punha Punha Pranama Kare. Again and again he started offering obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mishra kahe agya haya ami sange ashi. Prabhu kahe tumi shigra yao Varanasi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Tapan Mishra told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please allow me to live with you. I just want to live with you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told you, do one thing. You should immediately go to Varanasi. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's plan was to go to Varanasi. There was Tapan Mishra. When Tapan Mishra expressed his desire to accompany the Lord to Mayapur, so from Bangladesha, that is Bangladesh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now going to start back to Mayapur. At the time, Tapan Mishra says, even I want to come to Mayapur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, you go immediately to Varanasi. He was instructed to go to Varanasi, where scriptural conclusions, awards to the absolute Lord, are prominent. Many Veda parties were there. They were not understanding the essence of Shastras. So they were awards to the instructions given in the Vedas, and they were having their own concoctions. The purport is that there are many Mayavadis under the shelter of speculative knowledge and opposed to the chanting of the holy name residing in Varanasi. Now see Tirtha Kshetra, the Kshetra where Lord Shiva always chants the name of Ram. It is said people like to give up their body in Varanasi. And the Sthala Purana says that Lord Shiva comes and chants the name of Ram to whoever is leaving the body in Varanasi. Such is a glorious place, but there few Mayavadis were, many, not few, many Mayavadis were living there. And Mayavad philosophy, Asat Shastra, was becoming predominant. Later on, when Tapan Mishra will ask the Lord about the topics of Sadhya and Sadhana, and when the Lord will personally present the scriptural conclusions on Sadhya and Sadhana, then persons who desire liberation will be delivered from that mentality and obtain the opportunity to serve the Lord without duplicity by hearing these conclusions from the Lord. So it is Lord's plan now to visit. After Mayapur, he is going to go to Varanasi. And there he is going to present the topic, what is Sadhya and what is Sadhana. That is a time after hearing this, people will get the opportunity to serve Lord. That is why the Lord sent Tapan Mishra, his own devotee, to reside at Kashi. So see how Lord's plan is. Tapan Mishra, a sincere devotee. Lord says, go and first make arrangements. Like you have Bhagavad Katha. So devotees are supposed to come and make arrangements, isn't it? Before the Katha starts. Any place, first thing is arrangement. Even when Lord appears, first is Yogamaya Shakti arranges. To take part in the arrangement is also a fortune. Like today in the group I had written. To organize Katha means arranging the marriage of Radha and Krishna. Just imagine you have your daughter, you have your son. If you have marriage ceremony, will you go to the marriage late, or will you have that anxiety to arrange? So if a devotee is sincere and committed and is in the process and also has been initiated in the sampradaya, it is his first duty to make the arrangement for the katha. This katha is not an ordinary thing. Now see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to go and give a katha. You will say that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is only you are going to come and give it. It is not you or I or anyone. It is, we are just representatives of the whole sampradaya. So it is our duty to make arrangement. And how the arrangement is made, one has to call people. First thing, invite people. That is how the arrangement starts. One has to invite, because it is Harinam and it is the holy name which is going to be spread. So the one who is going to speak has also to arrange. How? He has to study. Without studying, he cannot just speak something what comes in the mind. He has to do the preparation. And there are his fellow devotees who will be doing the other arrangement, like chair arrangement, sound arrangement. There are different arrangements, calling people, arranging the Lakshmi so that the prasadam is distributed. So many arrangements, so much consciousness happens. Like when there is a marriage ceremony, the daughter and that is a bride and the bridegroom, they get dressed. Other all people, what they are doing? They are also doing the arrangement. There is an arrangement done by the priest in a different way. There is an arrangement done by the parents of the family in a different way. There are other people who are helping the family members. So in this way, it is a ceremony. Katha is a ceremony, a beautiful ceremony. If one takes anxiety for Katha, Krishna takes anxiety for all our so-called ceremonies. We don't have to take any anxiety. Generally, we take anxiety, when is my goddaughter going to get married? When is my son going to get married? You take anxiety for Krishna, Krishna takes anxiety for you. Proper time, Krishna does everything. That much faith one should have. If one just thinks about, oh, I have to get married, my son and my daughter, why I should spend so much, then what happens is Krishna then drags us in this material life. It is a very clear statement. Take anxiety for any program which is connected to Krishna. That is enough. If we take anxiety, that anxiety Krishna takes. Krishna gives a word that I take the anxiety for my devotees. I am equal to everyone, but at the same time, devotees are very dear to me. तथै आमार संगे हाईवे मिलना कहीं सकल तत्व साध्य साधन. I will meet you there. Explain to you the truth about the goal of life and the process for attaining it. Lord embraced Tapana Mishra. Ite bali prabhutanre dila alingana preme pulakita anga haila brahmana. So when Lord embraced Tapan Mishra, this brahmana was so happy. Prema pulakita anga haila brahmana. So Tapan Mishra is so happy. His hairs are standing erect. When hairs stand erect, there is one symptom of ecstasy. Arjuna's hairs also stood erect after seeing his own people standing on the opposite side of the war. There, Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary, this standing of hairs on the body is not a symptom of ecstasy, it is a symptom of fear. There are two times the hairs stand erect. One, when you are in completely ecstasy. Ecstasy means in love. Another time, when you are in fear. So here, out of ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy, Paya Vaikunta Nayaka Ralingana, Parananda Shuka Paila, Brahmana Thakana. So it is said Tapan Mishra was experiencing the spiritual ecstasy after receiving the Lord of Vaikunta's embrace. Vidaya Samaye Prabhura Charane Dhariya Suswapna Vritanta Kahe Gopane Basiya. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to depart to Mayapur, Sridham Mayapur. At the time, that is Navadvip. At the time of departure, Tapan Mishra caught hold of Lord's feet and confidently described the incident of his dream. He said, in the dream, I got the instruction that go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is going to teach you what is the goal of life, because I was very inquisitive to know what is the goal of life. And I used to ask to everyone, but none of them resolved my doubts. So the instruction, divine instruction I got, that go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is going to teach you what is the goal of life. Shani Prabhu kohe satya ye haya uchita ara kore na kahiba ye saba charita. So Lord smiled and said, whatever you have dreamt is true, but don't disclose again this to anyone. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Ghoi incarnation, Chala, or we can say it is a Chala. Chala means outside he seems to be a devotee, but actually he is Supreme Lord himself. Even Prahlad Maharaj, he forecasts and he says, the Lord is going to appear in a covered incarnation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation has been predicted by Prahlad Maharaj in Satyuga itself. Before the starting of Kali Yuga, even Nammalvar also gives this forecast that there will be Uddanda Kirtan, which will happen. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance has been forecasted. It is there in Bhagavatam also. Krishna Varnam, Tusha Krishnam, Sango Pangastra Parshadam, Yagya Sankirtana Prayar, Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Yagya Sankirtana Prayar. To start this congregation chanting of the holy name, Krishna Varnam, Tusha Krishnam, Krishnam, not in blackish blue color, but it's going to appear in golden yellow color. And why Krishna Varnam? Varnayati iti Krishna. To glorify his own name, he is going to appear. And how is he going to come? Sango Pangastra Parshadam. He is going to come along with his associates, close members. And then he is going to bring an astra, two astras. What is a two astra? Not Shankha Chakra. He is going to appear with his beautiful effulgence, his beautiful body, beautiful appearance itself is an astra to melt the heart of sinful people. And then the another astra is Harinam Sankirtan. So Harinam is one astra, his beauty is another astra. Just by these two astras, he is going to melt the heart of all the people and make them perform the congregational chanting of the holy name. And who is going to take part in this? Yagyahi Sankirtana Prayar, Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Only Sumedasaha, one who is specially intelligent, will take part in the Harinam Sankirtan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Tapan Mishra, please don't disclose this to everyone. Punha Nishedhila Prabhu Sayatna Kariya Hasiya Uthila Shubha Kshana Lagna Pana. The Lord again forbade Tapan Mishra to disclose accounts of his dream to anyone. And at an auspicious moment he smiled and got up to leave. After conversing with Tapan Mishra, the Lord began to return journey from East Bengal to Navadvip at an auspicious moment. Realizing that an auspicious moment had arrived, the Lord smiled and happily started for home. You will say, why auspicious moment is waited for? This is one of the part of very important aspect in astrology also. Muhurta is seen. Even when you have to go for a journey, it is a muhurta. Rahu Kal. People don't generally start a work in Rahu Kal. There are doshas. You'll say, is it necessary to believe all these things? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also following. Don't become complacent just because you have taken Harinam. Don't become complacent to the instructions given in the Vedas. This all has to be followed. Directions, how you are sitting, which position you are keeping the chair when the katha is going on. It should face to the east. All these things has to be followed. Don't just say, we are doing Harinam. Because we become complacent, we suffer. Our suffering is because we become complacent. Here also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even Lord himself is following. For Lord, what is auspicious and inauspicious? Wherever Lord walks, that is auspicious. But Lord is strictly saying, follow certain rules which has been given for a Baddha Jiva. We are all Baddha Jiva trying to walk in devotional service. So that is why any activity when we do, we have to see an auspicious moment. Like journey, we have to see an auspicious moment. So there are so many things in this. My father used to be very careful about it. Anything, like even when a person is going for examination, a person's this whole moment is absurd. My father used to take me 1 hour before only make me sit, because that time always it was Rahu Dosh. I used to say, oh Papa, why are you saying all these things? 12 o'clock is the exam, 11 o'clock itself will be there. Why? Because 11 o'clock Rahu Dosha started. Okay. Not that every day it is the same timing. So my father and mother are very strict about it. So I used to see that they used to follow all this. And it is good. What is the problem in following? And then any moment you're chanting, for chanting, you don't have to see the muhurta. For chanting, muhurta is not seen. But for any other activity, muhurta has to be seen. You chant the holy name, every moment is auspicious. Especially Brahma Muhurta is very auspicious. But still you're adamant, I don't want to chant in Brahma Muhurta. Then you chant in all other times. Because we are just a sadhaka. We don't get the experience of the bliss, a small bliss in any other time. We just chant and we talk also. There are phone calls which comes also. There are disturbances in the mind also. That is why for a sadhaka it is said, wake up early in the morning. That is the Brahma Muhurta. See, there also
Mataji, your voice is gone.
is Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta chanting is very, very auspicious. So here we'll stop. Any other doubts you can ask. Any doubts?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
One before this, 1 minute. Chandrapati Prabhu, you must observe who joined late and who leaves before. Now there were 22, 3 left. Without permission leaving is actually not a good sign. It's not a good manners. At least one message should be put. I have to go to office. I want to leave. It's not that just a person leaves. So who joined? That photo is there. Now 19 ka photo, just remove Aruna Mataji immediately. And in that who left, just call them. They should have some manners. They can write. They can say, I want to go to office or something like that. And then just leave the group. And joining also maximum till 8:40 person should join. There are certain disciplines which we have to follow. Because it's an online, we can join up to 8:40. Not that at 9 o'clock somebody is joining, 9:05 somebody is joining, 9:05 somebody is leaving. It doesn't work like that. Okay, please tell me.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Mataji, can I ask now?
Yeah.
Just 3 small questions. Why did Lord tell Tapan Mishraji that whatever you have dreamt is true, but don't disclose this to anyone? And he stressed it 2 times. So what is the insight into this? 2 times he said.
2 times what he said?
Whatever you have dreamt is true, but don't disclose this to anyone.
Yeah. Sometimes warning has to be given twice, na?
And what is the insight that what you have, why not to tell him? What will happen?
To emphasize a subject, you have to tell twice, thrice.
No.
That emphasizes a particular subject, because this is a very Guhya Leela. And that time if people come to know that he is God, okay, afterwards you disclose, not a problem. But if you disclose before, then that rasa which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord is appearing to experience and rasa, that will be spoiled.
And not the rasa will be spoiled.
Yeah, the rasa is what? He is acting as a devotee. That is a rasa tattva.
Second question, Mataji, you said that chairs to be placed east and following rules for Bhadrajiva and all that, suspicious movement and Murat and all that.
Yeah.
But still, although Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying so it has to be like that. But then when we are with Lord and Lord, everything is different now.
That is why I told you. Na? We do like this. That is why we suffer. Simple. We just take either it should face east.
Means what?
Yeah, we suffer.
What we do?
The
Wrong?
sufferings are there, bodily sufferings. Why does the bodily sufferings and all are coming?
जब भगवान है तो फिर what is there in front of him? Nothing
तो
else.
भगवान है तो चल रहे हैं, तो भगवान को भी क्यों ऑस्पिशियस मोमेंट? भगवान क्यों देखना है? भगवान को क्यों देखना है ऑस्पिशियस मोमेंट? बोलो आप. तो भगवान हमें सिखाना चाह रहे ना कि कोई थिंग को हमें फॉलो करना है. सिंपल. भगवान को डायरेक्शन रखते हैं तो ईस्ट फेसिंग. मंदिर में कहीं भी भगवान को रखते हैं क्या? खाली आप इतना मुझे बताइए, क्या भगवान को हम कहीं भी रखते हैं? साउथ फेसिंग रखते हैं. भगवान ही है ना, रखना चाहिए ना. और why we say Lord should face east? We can face at least to the north तक, क्योंकि भगवान ईस्ट को फेस करते हैं. तो हम यज्ञ करते हैं, तो यज्ञ में कहाँ बैठते हैं? ईस्ट फेसिंग ही बैठेंगे ना. आप कोई भी फेसिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं. अभी राधा कृष्ण भट्ट यज्ञ करते हैं, तो वो ये सब हम चीजों को ध्यान देते हैं. ये सब चीज ध्यान देना चाहिए. कोई भी यज्ञ करते हैं, हरिनाम, अभी हरिनाम संकीर्तन आप कर रहे हो, एक्चुअली ये भी थोड़ा फॉलो करेंगे, क्योंकि ईस्ट फेसिंग यानी सूर्य उदय का फेसिंग होता है. Which sincere Brahmanas they follow. Those who are sincere Brahmanas, they follow this, and that is why they can experience more bliss. Anything becomes perfect. Anything becomes perfect if there are certain things which is followed.
From your explanation, two observations and points
The perfection can be more experienced. See, one is follow, don't follow. Nobody is going to take a stick and beat you. But if you do this, we can experience certain bliss. Now, Lord can be placed anywhere. Lord can be placed in the center also. Lord can be placed in the south also. Why we are facing towards east? Sun rises. It is actually the sun which takes the darshan of Lord first. There are so many aspects. There are so many purposes in this. When the Suryodaya starts, it is sun which takes the first darshan of Lord. The first sun rays of the sun falls on the face of Krishna. That means what? The sun is taking darshan of Krishna. Our Jagannath center is facing east. That is how we have to place a lot of food.
From your talks, I just thought that just now that even auspicious movement now is so important from your from your talks, that even Lord was born at the auspicious movement.
Yeah, Lord.
Rohini.
Yeah, actually, that was the most inauspicious moment. So Rohini went and Ashtami, these both went and cried. All are telling you are inauspicious. Lord says, I will be born in your moment. I will see that your time becomes auspicious. Everybody will start glorifying Rohini Nakshatra. So there is another katha behind this. And don't link everything. There is another secret behind this. Lord appearing in Rohini and Ashtami. This Rohini and Ashtami was counted as the most inauspicious moment. And there was discussion among all the people that this is inauspicious. Lord says, I will appear and make this moment completely auspicious.
And the last question, Mataji, important one, practically important for me. You said that never give Harinam to envious people. You have told many times, and it is an offense, and that is one of the offenses. But then when people are
in the congregation, we can give to anybody, but alone we should not give to anyone. If they are envious and if they are argumentative, simple.
But how will I know he is envious or argumentative?
I don't know.
First time.
When I am giving a class, it is my duty to give it to everyone. But alone, I cannot give instructions to everyone. I can give instructions only to those who are asking for it. Even Krishna did not give instruction to Arjuna. till Arjuna surrendered. Simple. You cannot instruct anyone and everyone.
Yeah, so
You
my
can just do Harinam Sankirtan anywhere and everywhere.
so 2 points are right now. What you said by not to give when by alone, so that is agreeable. So I mean that is correct. I'm not pure. I cannot give it alone. But then when people are coming in the mandir, many types of people.
There are ways to teach them, not direct instruction. There are ways to be very humble and just chant the holy name. They will also follow. Simple. Okay, let's stop here.
When people are coming in the mandir, Mataji, they are giving donations. They are given sometimes cards and sometimes all this, and then Hare Krishna Mahamantra is printed on it. So then they are
So
also
what is
giving.
the problem? They want, they will take. They don't want, they will throw it.
But
What is the problem?
दे तो दिया है ना, आप बोलते हो देना नहीं चाहिए.
देना है, alone में नहीं देना.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण. हरे कृष्ण माता जी.
स्वीट बॉक्स में लिखा रहता है हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र, तो आप ऐसे बोलेंगे वो जिसको लेना है लेगा, जिसको वो स्वीट बॉक्स दिखता है वो स्वीट बॉक्स दिखेगा. When you are saying mantra updesh, understand it very nicely. Don't get confused. It is mantra updesh. It is initiation. Initiation is not given for everyone. Mantra updesh is also not given for everyone. Somebody comes and sings and goes. That is not called mantra updesh. Now Kirtan Mela happens. Will you call it mantra updesh or what? Sadhana process is not given for everyone. It is only given for those who are committed. Simple. Don't get confused. Don't link everything. There are ways to give for new people. You cannot just say chanting karo like hell में जाओगे. You cannot talk like that. उनको जाने दो ना, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? हेल में भी तो कुछ काम चाहिए ना. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this Ashtami Navami, in our houses they will say don't travel on Ashtami in Navami, and then do something. If you at all you have to travel, do something and go. So recently,
they do atonement, like you have to do some danam.
Yeah,
atonement has to be done.
Sari and then she went.
Hare Krishna Mata, you have to leave.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
तो माता जी, my mother-in-law says अष्टमी नवमी में किसी के यहाँ reach नहीं करना चाहिए, and after traveling 9th day don't return from anywhere. So and especially Ashtami Navami. But then we also heard this thing what you said, Krishna to pacify Ashtami Tithi, he born on Ashtami, Lord Ram born on Navami. So should we devotees think it is still auspicious and continue our journey, or we should also not travel on Ashtami Navami?
What we can do now, it is Ashtami, you want to travel. So any of devotees should always donate and do everything. When devotees are absorbed in Krishna, then what to do? We cannot say I cannot travel that day. And if the elders are saying, then listen, simple. There are elders to guide for this. The elders are saying don't travel on Ashtami Navami, and if at all you have to travel, then something for Krishna we can do and let's give. There are ways also to give. Atonement has to be done. Then we have to do. But that doesn't happen for your daily offices. You have to go and live, whether it's Ashtami or Navami.
Correct. Okay, Hare Krishna. No, yeah. They normally tell about traveling dates. That's why, going somewhere.
Naimitika karma. Listen, this is all Naimitika karma in which you have to follow all this. Nitya karma, every day you have to brush your teeth. Are you going to be a murta or what? No. There is something known as Nitya karma, which every day you have to do. Naimitika karma, sometimes you have to do. That sometimes we have to follow certain things. Simple.
Okay, Mataji, understand. Hare Krishna.
So I'll stop here. Hare Krishna. So requesting all to join today at Hiranandani Meadows.